Okay, this video is going to be a little bit longer because I feel pretty strongly about backups right now. So let's talk about it, right? So if you only have local backups, the fastest way for you to get offsite backups is sending it to the cloud, right? But how expensive is that going to be? Well, if you're using something like Windows Server Backup or any other program that you have access to the hard drive where you're sending your backups, you can use a program like CyberDuck or even FileZilla Pro. There's plenty of others, or MSP360 if you have the money for it. Go sign up with a Wasabi account or a Backblaze account. It's roughly $5 or $6 per terabyte per month. It's cheap. Upload your stuff there. Even if you have 5 terabytes of stuff, right? Get that upload started now and pay $25 just for the month. And if you don't need to keep it there long term, okay, great. You've spent $25. You covered your butt, and now you have an extra layer of protection, right? So what is the other piece that you need to be empowered about with your backups, with having disaster recovery? How fast can you get the infrastructure back up online if there's a problem? If the only piece of equipment that is hit is your server or a core piece of your infrastructure, how fast can you get that back up and going? Are your backups able to load into something like GCP or AWS? Do you have the ability to go get another network switch if you need it? Or if you have multiple switches at the office, does one out of your two 48 port switches have enough open ports to be able to move some cables around and plug in the primary pieces of equipment at your office? Do you have 7 or 8 switches throughout your office? And are you keeping a switch just in case something happens? There's a lot of small things that can be done. I know some of this gets a little bit expensive, but there's pieces that have to be considered when we talk about weather. If you're in the direct impact zone, I know that keeps kind of shifting. Are your plans to go and unplug computers or turn off breakers? You're better to actually unplug because a surge could still come in through the ground line if your building gets hit incorrectly. So let's talk about work from home, right? A business doesn't want to stop even in inclement weather. Like they're okay, yeah, just go to Georgia, go to family, go somewhere else in the United States. How are you set up to be able to provide continuous access for the workforce? Do you guys have a VPN? Do you have the ability for people to remote into their desktops if the office is still up and running? How are you going to secure that? How are you going to ensure data security? Are you keeping data inside prem or are you letting data be on the edge? How are you dealing with malware? How are you dealing with access control? Both physical, logical, and well, yeah, I guess that both covers them. Sorry, just a lot of streams of thoughts in my head right now. Are you securing the physical building? Who have you talked to your facilities team? Have you put your building on holiday or lockdown mode where normal door open schedules don't apply right now? Anyways, I got less than 8 seconds. There's a lot to consider. Make sure you have your preps, follow your playbooks. Have a good day.